Hi, today we're going to learn how to play melody line or the leads of a song. We're going to learn some notes on the first three strings. Now before we start, I would like to explain to you what's the differences between chords and melody line. So for example, if you learn a few chords, you'll play. And if you play like this, your friends won't be able to know that what song that you're playing, unless you sing Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to so and so. Now they know that you are singing happy birthday. So if you have the melody line, now they know that you're playing happy birthday song. But if you play just the melody line like that, it could be very lonely and not enough color. There's no supporting harmony to go with it. So what we could do is you could learn how to sing, get comfortable with your singing voice, play and sing at the same time, or have a friend that would sing for you. Or ultimately, you would like to learn how to play the melody line and be able to put in some chords at the same time. Many artists, they do that on the stage. They would play and sing, and then halfway through, they would drop their singing. They would just play the leads and the chords at the same time. So I'm going to give you an example how I would do my happy birthday song with the melody and the chords at the same time. So now the next thing that we need to know is the right hand technique when you play the melody line. So there are many different strumming and plucking technique, but there are two very basic ones. One is the free stroke, which we learned when we do the E minor chord. Basically, you pluck the string and you're closing your hands. And when we play the melody line, very often we want to use the rest stroke. I'm not talking about all the time. I'm just saying with rest stroke, you could produce a very firm tone and the sound is going to be more solid. It goes like this. So you're using your fingers, two fingers. You press on the string, and then you're going to lean to the next string. And two fingers alternate. They're like walking. So alternate string. Even if you travel up the string, so you play one string and then you rest on the next string. So now we are done explaining the differences between the chords and melody, and we took care of and you're comfortable with your right hand technique. We need to remember our notes in our left hand now. So the open string is E, B, G, D, A, E. Now one more thing that you need to know is on our musical ladder, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Between E and F, we call it a half step. Between B and C, we call it a half step. So C to D is a whole step, D to E is a whole step, E to F is a half, and F to G whole, G to A whole, A to B whole, B to C is a half. So the only two places that you need to remember is E, F, and B, C. So now that will help you to remember your notes. Because on the guitar, on the fret here, between this and this is a half step. And this is a whole step. So for example, we have E, open string E notes. E is here because it's an open string E. The next one will be F, because now we remember E to F is a half step. Now F to G is a whole step, so it is going to skip one here. F and G. Now, this is B. Now we also know B to C is a half step. So from B going to C is going to be here. C is right here. And then D will be whole step. We're going to skip. In the third string, that is G. Now G to A is a whole note, as a whole step. So we are not going to be playing the first fret here. We are going to be playing here because we can pretend the G is right here. A is going to skip one fret, so that is A. So now you need to know G, go to A, go to B, open string, C, D, E, F, G. If you could remember that many notes for this lesson, and then the next lesson we could play quite a few songs. One more time. So G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Now you need to be able to play this back and forth. G, F, E, D, C, B, A, G. And of course do it slowly. Now we want to keep our first finger on the first fret and the third finger on the third fret, the second finger on the second fret. You don't want to use the same finger traveling too much yet. In the future, yes, we will do that, but for now, you want to keep your fingers up. So now that you have memorized all the notes that we talked about, I'm going to give you a few exercises so you could practice it. So here it comes. First one. Second one. Third. Fourth. Fifth. Sixth. Seven. Now after you're done practicing those 10 exercises, you're now ready to play Happy Birthday. So this Happy Birthday song, it has 4 phrases. I'm going to break it down for you. So the first phrase. The second. Now when you see I put underline for those 2 G notes, it means that they are half a beat and they are being played faster. The third phrase now. And the last. So the whole song now. I hope you had fun practicing and hope to see you soon.